What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Javohn Wants to Know. And today I have on Ephraim Bryant, known as Lovelogiq. Let's get that right, right? Ephraim Bryant, known as Love. Did you want to go by
You got it right, man.
that? Okay, yeah. I don't.
Yeah, you just call Logic is fine. Yeah,
Logic,
Logic is
okay,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that name. Uh,
Yeah.
so Logic, tell everybody who you are and everything about you. We want to know.
First of all, Javon, I appreciate you having me on your show. I My name is Ephraim. That's my given name. My mom named me Ephraim, but I go by Love Logic as an artist. I'm an R&B and hip hop artist. I'm from LA, born and raised. Actually from LA. I know a lot of people say they from LA, but they're not, or they're transplant. I'm from the soil. Uh, and yeah, man, I'm also a full-time therapist. So I provide therapy to uh, individuals and sometimes couples, but primarily individuals. Um, and at the same time, I'm working as an R&B artist, songwriter, and yeah, man, just trying to do it all.
Yeah, you're doing a good job too. I like I was saying, I was listening to that song and another song. The one video you have where it's like it ends where the girl kind of like ratted you out. That was smooth one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
See that
appreciate that,
coming. I didn't
appreciate
see
that.
that coming on that video. Y'all got to check that video out. It's real fire. Song
Oh,
and
build me up. Yeah.
fill me up. Okay, yeah, yeah, I like that. So let me
Thank
ask
you.
you this: what made you want to become a music artist, and then how did you choose your name Logic too?
Well, I mean, I didn't choose music. Music kind of chose me. That's kind of always been there. Like both of my parents were involved or connected to music in different ways. My father was a musician, and my mother worked in the music industry as an A&R and as she did everything within the music industry. Working with a lot of Motown artists and stuff. She also was a writer herself. So it was in the DNA, man. It was really in the DNA. Um, Music is how my therapy, you know, all working in mental health and like
Kind of paused on me.
always talking to people about they take care of themselves or music that before. Uh-oh. Am I there now? I'm good. All right.
Yeah, just tell me about that. You say you were working in mental health, and what happened there?
Yeah, and working in mental health, you often ask your clients about their coping skills or their self-care outlets, ways that they pour back into themselves. And I think that that's what music is for me. I know that's what it is. Um, so I've been a fan and I just want to make stuff that's timeless. I want to make stuff that's dope. I just want to express.
Yeah.
So shit, my name, um, Love Logic, for me, I wanted to always remind myself I was doing this music. And if it's not from a place of love, then um, I know I'm not going about it the right way. And it's gonna show in the art, or it's gonna show in what you're how you perform. So I thought it made sense to make that at the first thing that people say when they are referencing me. And music is a way we express our love, right? So that's why I chose the part love. And then logic is I'm like half and half. Like I'm kind of very much a cerebral person, but I'm a feeler. Like I'm, charged. So I think that I'm half of both. And so I think, and you need both.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I chose the name Love Logic. Also, music is the most logical and tangible way to convey love because love, you can't quantify it. When you think about love, like you can't really describe what love is. You just know it when you feel it.
Yeah.
Uh, Whatever kind of love you're talking about. Um, so that's where the love and the logic came from.
Okay, nice. That's a really good explanation. Now you wear like a lot of hats. You've been into education. You have a foundation. Tell us a little bit about your foundation and explain, explain the organization, what it's about.
The nonprofit that I help run is called CCG for short, but it's called Core Contributors Group. Uh, we started in 2020, and it really came as out of the blue, man. Honestly, a collection of my friends who are, social workers, teachers, work in the medical field, um, educators, I think I said, we kind of came together and, put this together. It it came about through an old high school friend of mine who knew I was doing work in the community, and he was like, I want to uh, donate. I want to be a part of what I see you doing, you know. And I hadn't talked to this person in years, bro.
Hmm.
And he just kind of found reached out to me and was like, I want to donate, X amount of dollars to what you're doing. And that's how this kind of came about. So it was really just a fluke thing. It was a bless. It's been a blessing. It came at on the heels of me trying to help my mom find um, work as well. Like she had. I don't want to go into all the shit that she was going through, but I was doing this to try to also help my mom.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, and one thing led to another, and this person reached out to me just because they believed in me. And
Nice.
so you never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention to what you're doing. So I think that was the big takeaway for me. Is like I really have not talked to this particular gentleman in over 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's how it came about. And now we provide grants and things like that to local businesses, individuals that are pursuing, something in education or trying to better their mental health and wellness, or trying to find housing. And we focus on Black and Brown
Nice.
communities.
That's awesome, man. That's a great thing. It just kind of fell in at a pivotal time too. The 2020 was just a lot was going on, so it just
Yeah,
it came together. It was something that was necessary. That's why it happened. Now
yeah.
I heard you mention your mother. I would probably believe that she's probably the one of the most inspirational person in your life. Explain how your mother has helped you. Have the success that you've have had. Through inspiring you.
Man, she's definitely the most inspirational person. Um, I'm the oldest of three kids. My mother raised us by herself,
Mm.
uh,
Okay.
and helped keep us out of trouble. I'll just say that. A lot of times we could have gone left, and she made sure that we stay right. Um, all of us are doing relatively well. Like my sister is an educator and a writer. My brother is, an attorney. Working in mental health. All of that is due to her. All we are just is like iterations of the love that she poured into us. So,
That's awesome.
man, everything, has been kind of inspired off of how she loved on us, and the shit was not easy. So, she's the motivation behind the work I do, the music I love. She helped me develop my music taste, listening to classic, Motown, and knowing who Al Green and Marvin Gaye and the Isleys and the Emotions and all, So she's been my guide, my first friend. And I just want, I just want to make her proud. Yeah.
Awesome. You're doing a great job at that. Trust.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Now, tell me, about the story of the lady who donated money for you for college, and then like you hadn't seen her forever, and then you was like reunited with her. Tell me that whole little story and how that felt when you was reunited with her.
You know what, man? To be honest, she was kind of in the shadows. Like I did not. This was something that had been brokered between my mom and this lady. So I was. That's what was kind of really beautiful about the situation was because um, our nonprofit we had an event a couple of years back just kind of honoring different organizations in the community and my mom invited this young lady to be there and I didn't know any of this
Hmm.
um so um and this was my first time seeing this woman. I didn't know her from Adam,
Wow.
so being able to um, learn that she helped to donate to make sure that I was able to stay in school, when my mom was going through what she was going through financially, and then to have this lady show up to an event where I am honoring other people,
Yeah.
and, in a space of, like that was very like, um, it was a trip, man. Like it's a full circle moment, something that I was caught off guard in a beautiful way. I
Yeah.
was caught off guard in a beautiful way, man.
That's a very like spiritual thing too, because it's almost like
Yeah,
a torch was passed to you that you didn't even know was being passed, because now you're into the spirit of helping others the same way that you were helping. There's a lot of people you help that you don't even know and they don't even know you, but it's
right.
happening, and that's what's necessary. What do you think about the state of hip hop right
Oh man.
now?
Man, we could spend a long time on that conversation, bro. What will I say? You know what? Hip hop is hip hop is a reflection of the people.
Hmm.
So whatever's going on with us, good or bad, it's gonna be reflected in the hip hop that we have or the hip hop that gets exposed. So for me personally, hip hop is fine. I like a lot of the things that are happening, but I also like what's happening from a golden era standpoint. Like you got Slick Rick just dropped the album. You know, uh, who else? What? Raekwon just dropped the album. Ghost just dropped an album.
Yeah.
Common, who else is dropping? I was just listening to the album. De La Soul just dropped, but then you also got people like your J. Cole's and your Kendricks still at the forefront of things, and you got everything in between.
Yeah.
So hip hop was fine. It depends on what you're looking for.
True. I can agree with that. Um, it is a lot of nonsense, that gets the main front. But like you say, if we're looking for what we want, we have more choices to find what we want now. Make our own playlist, and definitely, it's not completely bad. But to not make it to the Billboard Top 100 and Top 40 for the first time since 1990, that's a big tell right there.
Yeah, it c- it is, but I'm wondering. It may also just mean that that wasn't what hip hop was made for, anyways. Like we were not made to be, you know, over sensationalized to the point to where we are pop music, and there's nothing wrong with it. But that's not why hip hop started, and that's not a part of what we care about at the essence anyway. Like Nas didn't get a Grammy until He was 45, man, or 50, almost 50, man. And that's he didn't get a Grammy for Illmatic, you know.
Nah,
Uh,
you should
you
have.
know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't trip off of that. Like I appreciate the acknowledgement of those things, but if not being on those platforms means that it forces fans to uh reevaluate why they are, paying attention to this music, I'm okay with that. And if some people leave from being fans, I'm okay with that. Like clean house,
Yeah, for real.
clean house. You didn't want you wasn't down in the first place. This wasn't for you.
Yeah, true. And that's what it might be. It might be the fact that the music is becoming less for everyone and more for who it's for, and the billboard is
That's
not
it.
for that, you know. So that might be a point. Good point right there. All right,
Yeah,
now since we're on that, what do you think about this AI stuff? Do you think AI is gonna make it worse for music artists? Is it gonna be better? Is it beneficial? What do you feel about that?
man. I do not like how AI is being used right now. Um, and I do worry that it's already impacting. You got, AI artists that are um, going back to leading the billboards, becoming, signing AI artists to, multi-million dollar deals. Like that's happening. That's happened. You know, I think there's an AI country artist that just went number one and overall in the country. Like, and it's not anything, but they're calling it an AI artist. It's not an artist, bro. So I mean, I don't like how it's being used. I do understand that um art is, I mean, technology is not going to change or not going to stop. It's not going to slow down, right? So we have to figure out how to use these tools um the right way. I mean, the right way is kind of subjective, but with integrity, with integrity and fidelity to the art form that they're serving. Like, I don't think that AI can recreate the soul of the person that's creating the music that it's um, learning from, or that it's trying to mimic. You can't mimic soul. You can't mimic the spirit, and that kind of thing trips me out. I don't like that, and I don't like how it's coming at the expense of people that have devoted their lives, or a good portion of their lives, to um, advancing these art forms from a place of sincerity,
Okay.
and then you're not paying us.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Some points to that. I feel that the way AI is being viewed is wrong. Like for them to even put an AI artist on the same chart as humans is bad. I could see if they had a whole new category, like best AI writer, best AI, video, their own categories for AI because to me, it's a great tool for a writer who don't have access to music artists. Someone that really can write good, and I think it's going to challenge music artists because there's a lot of writers now who are going to be using AI, and they could get the sound of that they want with their lyrics. So now a lot of artists going to have to really dive deep into their writing and like you say, pull that soul out because some music is becoming soulless. They're just making the bop, the fast TikTok sound, you know, and then they're gonna go against poets, people who write stuff and got a whole machine behind them now. So it has its give and takes. I just think it definitely should be a separate category for it.
Let it exist without copying off of us. If you want to have your own thing and compete, compete without biting off of
Your
our
style.
stuff.
Yeah,
Like
style and cadence.
this,
Okay.
yeah, figure it out your own.
If you could only bring back one artist, let's say like you had the power to resurrect one, who would it be?
Hmm.
Why? Would it be Michael Jackson, Prince, Marvin Gaye, or Whitney Houston?
I'm gonna say Marvin.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't see that coming. Tell me why.
I feel like Marvin is the most necessary right now for our world, and maybe I'm zeroing in too much on the What's Going On album, but I feel like with the state of the world, I would want to hear what he makes, um, and what he thinks. Uh, and I think that he, because he came up in the Motown era, I feel like he would have just a little bit more time in front of him to where he'd have more wisdom. I guess essentially is what I would be thinking about.
Right. I like that. Yeah. I didn't expect that one, but that's a good reason to have him back, especially like what's going on with the world right now.
Absolutely,
We
absolutely,
got something good to say about that and bad.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. He was a mind that was I think was um evolving in a lot of ways. Even with just the bravery to say the things he was saying at that time, speaking out against wars, talking about the quality of our air and environment at that time, you know, questioning a lot of norms or social norms at that time. I feel like that took so much courage. I would want that kind of more of that kind of energy now because we're kind of losing. I see some of our courage kind of diminishing.
Yeah, I like that what you were saying about Marvin Gaye. That's he definitely is gonna shock he would shock the world right now if he had a song out right now. He would be talking about
Hmm.
Donald Trump,
Hmm.
talk about the robots taking over,
Absolutely. And
talk
it touched your soul doing it.
little kids beating up grown women that's pregnant while she's walking her 6-year old home from school.
Hmm.
It's
All of that, man.
wild out here.
He'd probably be talking about that and something, you know, something beyond, like, because that's right there, all available for him. But he was he was talking about the future then. So I wonder what he would say in addition, to those things.
Now I have another question for you. Have you ever had one of your songs synced to like a TV show or series or anything like that? Um, if not, like, which show would you want your song to be synced on?
Was it for Sony? Yeah, it was for Sony, a Sony commercial.
Okay.
And they wanted me to sing a song I wrote, but sing it badly. And that was very interesting. Yeah. They were like, "You're doing too good of a job," which was very funny. Like I guess they were trying to, it was a commercial to promote their stuff, like the quality of their sound, and then they were comparing themselves to some other brand, and then I was supposed to represent the
Ah,
bad sounding brand and the good. Like when you sound good, sounds good on this Sony product
right.
kind of thing. So that was fun. That was fun. It was hard to sing bad intentionally, but that was fun. Um, Other than that, we've been shopping different things, but nothing is landed as if you had a couple of uh car commercials, and then the show, Will Smith what's Will Smith, not Fresh Prince, but Bel Air.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yes, yeah. So Bel Air, we were working on having something placed there. But I would love to have more opportunities for placement for sure. Syncs are definitely the way to go in
Yeah.
terms of getting more immediate uh, um, and substantial bread.
True, true. I think as a filmmaker, I'm kind of realizing we're hurting in our community as far as the films that we get to go see about us. Like I remember in the 90s, man, everybody who we see now, they're on the big screen, We could say Denzel, but we could say any name. Like you got the Holly Berrys and the just anybody. Every last person has been on the big screen. And what that meant was we had a lot of movies. And we had a lot of movies right now. That is perfect for all the music artists singing. We will be all over the place. But for some reason, we're not really in the theaters like we used to be. And I think that's really hurt our community a lot because a lot of those movies had strong stories that really helped and influenced our youth, gave us,
Hmm.
we had to think about it. I remember walking out of seeing Menace to Society. Saw it at the Hard
Hmm.
Rock Mall. And I remember when I
Hmm.
walked out, everyone who walked out, it was the first time I experienced walking out of a movie and everybody was so quiet and calm.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like that movie just because no one seen nothing like that up to then. And that movie just
Hmm.
really got under our skin. Like, yo, this is what we're going to do. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
And just being able to get on all the movies had soundtracks. You know,
Yeah.
you get a plethora of all these different artists on there, and you're just like, yo, this is the I was waiting for that movie soundtrack.
Yeah. I was thinking about the Above the Rim soundtrack not too long ago.
One of the best ones, one of the best,
Hmm.
and that's what I think that's really what's hurting us right now is um we need to find a way to bring that back or take that to a new level, black cinema infused with the music, art, and things like that.
Absolutely. I would agree. Both of those, hopefully that will happen. In your particular field and my particular field, we'll be able to, benefit off of the best of us, and off of, intentional artistic creation.
Yeah, facts. Now, this question right here is interesting because this question is in your name. So I want to see how this question is asked. So, or answered. What's more important, love or respect?
Mm, respect.
Okay, tell me why.
Respect is mm, because some people can have love for you, and then I feel like I don't need everybody to love me.
Mm, talk about it.
I need people to respect me as a human being, as a man, as a child of God, and everything else you know, is extra.
Yeah.
I just need you to see the same value in me that you see in yourself, and conduct yourself with that same way when you're interacting with me. I don't need you to love me. My mama loved me.
Right.
God loved me. So,
Yeah.
and love is very easy
To fake.
to f- to fake, and you turn around and do something, some snake stuff to somebody that you said that you love. Love doesn't um exclude you from doing those kind of things. But if I have respect for you, there's a certain code that I'm gonna operate by when it comes to my interactions and dealings with you.
Yeah. That's
So
very interesting. I mean, just to see that, like, love, as powerful as love is, respect is the thing that kind of binds the love.
absolutely, absolutely.
Nice. Okay. Now, tell me a story. What is the most bizarre thing that has ever happened to you, in entertainment?
Uh,
Don't hold back. This is for the people.
I mean, all right, you asked.
Yeah, go
This
on the
is
story.
an adult story, so I'm just,
Go ahead.
um, nah, I can't tell that story. I'll tell this story. I was performing with my band at this particular nightclub. I'll just say that. Um, Ironically enough, I had just finished performing a Marvin Gaye song. Um, and I guess we were doing a really good job. And this beautiful woman came to the front of the stage and decided to show her appreciation for how well we were doing, and by
What?
revealing herself to the band. I'll just say that
To
she
the
turned
band.
around, particularly to me. She was, bent over and decided to show me all of her gifts. All her gifts were fully exposed. No gifts were wrapped.
Wait, it was
It was
people there
just
too to see this happen?
hell yeah. They were they didn't see what I saw because they
Yeah,
were
right.
she was in the very front. She made her way to the front and let me know that it was there and available
Oh my
for me. So that's one story. There
That's
you
bizarre.
go.
That's bizarre. So groupies, that's some serious groupie stuff right there. Just got on the stage and just like, here it is.
Here it is. Here it is.
Wow. You know, music
Yep.
artists have like all music artists have some stories, man. If music artists really just told the stories of being a music artist, like that'll be the most entertainment thing ever.
Yeah. That's why, see, again, that's why we don't want a lot of AI. If AI was around at certain times, a lot of people wouldn't have made it through through that era, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, they
Now,
wouldn't have got them experiences,
yeah, absolutely.
those things that shape us. All right, so what is the message that you want your music to portray to people when they hear it for the first time?
Um, I want people to I want to make music for people to, this is what I always say as part of my affirmation is I want to make music for people to enjoy, reflect upon, and be inspired by. So I
Okay.
want you to enjoy what you're hearing. I want it to make you think or feel or put you in a certain place, whether I'm rapping or whether I'm singing, and I want you to feel inspired, you know, whether it's through the story I'm telling or the the encouragement that I'm providing, or just telling a dope love story. You can be inspired to to do something that makes you feel good. So it's really that simple. I want you to enjoy. I want you to dig whatever. I want it to be dope.
Yeah,
I want you to uh, make something that's gonna stick in your head. Something that's gonna stay with you. That home cooked meal type of thing.
nice. Yeah. Your music is very inspirational. I can say that. I can't. I'm gonna have his link down at the bottom so you guys could go check him out. I promise you, you're gonna like what you hear. You're gonna be put into your love playlist. I know I did. All right. So now,
Appreciate that.
well, one more question. If you could go back to the past, right? You say I had a time machine and you were able to go back to the past to your younger self and prove to yourself, yo, I'm you from the future. What would you tell yourself that you know would help you right now?
Hmm, man, a lot. I would say take your time. I would say know that you're loved. I would say save your money, bro. Save some money.
Right.
And I would say don't quit those piano lessons because
Mm,
it would it will take you so much further the sooner you have that under your belt.
I would
Yeah,
think that a lot of people would have been thinking that, like, tell your future self to, do something with that money too, you know.
absolutely, man. Stash that bread and treat it, treat each dollar like a breath that you're never gonna get back, you
Right,
know.
right. Because
So
when we young, we blow it. We,
absolutely.
I remember when I was young, I was 19. I had this really good job. It was like this truck driving company, and I got into there and was driving his truck, delivering files and stuff. And at the time, I was making $15 an hour. This is like 95. Like
Oh,
50.
that's good.
Yeah, you see where I'm going?
Yeah,
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 and my roommate, he was working with me making the same. So we had a little small two barrel. It was nice, but two barrel, 650 a month,
absolutely.
$15 an hour with mandatory overtime because the company was brand new and they just was booked like
Oh yeah.
so. My dad was like, my cousin told me my dad thought I was a drug dealer because we wasn't spending money. Like I was like, yeah,
Right.
always hated.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely. Yes.
was because I felt like it was just like it's gonna keep going forever, like,
Of
oh,
course.
I got it. I'm gonna always have a good job. I'm gonna get a better job than this. I'm always have money. And I never understood the roller coaster of life and finance. And so that goes right to what
Absolutely.
you're saying. Tell yourself because if I was in those days, if I would have stacked right,
Yeah.
I would probably have 5 movies by now.
That part. That part. Absolutely.
So it makes a difference. So that's a good thing. So fly back, tell yourself,
Man, I'll work on it. If I figure it out, I'll come back and let you and the viewers know I figured it out.
all right, let me know. All right, man. So we're gonna end it here, but I just want you to I'm gonna open up the floor for you. I just want you to go ahead and give any shout outs you want or any information that you want to give out to the folks that watch the show. Go.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me, for inviting me onto your platform. I don't take that lightly. And thank you to everybody that has opportunity to check this out. If you want to learn any more about me on the music end of things as Lovelogiq, that's Lovelogiq.com. You can get all my music, working on a new album, but my current album, Be Home Soon. I believe it just crossed 1 million streams across all platforms. We just dropped it last month. Yeah, last month. So Be Home Soon is my most recent project. I'm working on the next album that'll be dropping in February. It'll be called The Phoenix. So a lot of really, really good music dropping. Um, if you want to know anything about the mental health or the work that I do with the nonprofit, you can go to CCG, the number four, YOU.org. Again, that's CCG, the number four, YOU.org. Um, and if you're looking for, assistance with getting connected to counseling, you can go to Bryant Mental Health, BryantMentalHealth, BryantMentalHealth.com. Um, and I just want to encourage everybody to uh, be patient with yourself, be graceful,
Yeah,
give yourself grace, um, give yourself grace because being hard on yourself ain't got you nowhere yet. So love yourself. Tell somebody else that you love them today.
that's awesome. Finger snap. All right, everybody. This has been a good show with Lovelogiq. Make sure you guys follow Lovelogiq. Um, like, subscribe, follow this, do whatever it takes. Make sure that you get inside the comments too. If you have any questions for him, just hit him up in the comments. He's gonna be answering your comments, guys. So make sure that see, I just pushed that on you real quick.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah, but everybody have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Tune in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Keep them comments coming too. Have questions for me to ask on the next episode.